Hello everyone, this is Migo Hunter, and today we have a Chimera Summer Bash round 4 match between Shelb, aka Shelby, and WigglesNGiggles as WigglesNGiggles. We see WigglesNGiggles is on the Plague Knights, and Shelby is on the Cami for the first matchup. Um, do I know anything about this matchup? Admittedly, no, but probably Plague Knight has an advantage here. Plague Knight does have some good. Playknight just has some really good overall tools and can craft some disgusting strikes. So Cammy doesn't have. Well, Cammy has strong ultras, but man, I have no idea how this matchup goes. If I were to speculate, I feel like it could go either way. Though Cammy is not super great on defense, other than Spiral Arrow. You see Playknight initiating turn one immediately. Sort of pretty face up long pitch. Oh, it's a dive. Interesting. So good trade for Shelby here. Drawing a card and taking 3, while WigglesNGiggles takes 4. Thought for a second that was the long pitch, but it is a dive instead. Certainly, Plague Knight's definitely better at range 1 than Cammy is, because Plague Knight has Staff of Surging, Plague Knight has a Sweep-like in the form of Giant Bomb. So Plague Knight's range 1 game is actually not bad. While Cammy's range 1 game is pretty much Spiral Arrow, Cannon Spike, which is a interesting grass-like. Well, actually, Cannon Spike is good against Giant Bomb, so maybe that is okay. Play nice step to range 2, I think threatening the perfect pitch. Yeah, Cannon Spike actually okay here to dodge both sweep likes. I mean, both sweep and Giant Bomb. Hmm. Yeah, I really don't know anything about this matchup. I should have pretended I knew and blab on something I don't know about, but this is the first time I've seen this matchup. Cam initiating here with defend up, it could be almost anything. As long as Cammy moves past the opponent, she will hit. Play Knight with his UA allows him to graft um, before hit and after triggers on his attacks. Just wall swings. Ooh, loses a triple dose. It's not good. Gets a block though, which is not bad. We'll take 1 and gain a gauge. Plague Knight can't exceed here. Plague Knight's exceed is very cheap, but a very good effect. Basically, what happens is he can graft 2 random attacks instead of 1, which means that with a 3-card hand, Plague Knight can basically guarantee the effects of a strike. All right, Plague Knight plays Unexpected Results. Interesting. At range 4. Now he's heavily telegraphing the perfect pitch here because he's favoring range 2. Favoring range 2 and can get, with perfect pitch, basically can guarantee his hit effect. Oh, a strike. Strike, no crits. Plague Knight has to play the mix of whether it's a fast or a slow. Shelby. Oh. EX? Oh, what a gutsy dive kick. Wow. disrespecting the disrespecting the threat of perfect pitch, just dive kicks in and baits out the EX Giant Bomb. Wow. Really big turn from Shelby. Play Knight's only down to 2 cards. Who's +2 speed, but at 2 cards, not a big deal. Wait, should have taken only 3 from dive kick since it was EX. Right? My bad. I am bad at math. Alright. Pretend that didn't happen. Plague Knight still liking to stick to range 2. Oh yeah, I guess the EX Giant Bomb was to stun out the sweep from Cammy. Cammy just preps, gets cards. Gets a before advance 3. You move past the opponent attacks do not hit you. With +2 speed as well. Okay, now this could be a chain reaction just to reload, 7 speed. A chain reaction would be above curve at range 2. Avoid every attack and get him cards back. So Cammy while swinging, I think correct. Oh! Oh, actually, never mind. Assault is also totally fine for Plague Knight. Before advance 3. Either way, he closes 2. Doesn't matter. He's gonna end up that range anyway. Yep. Cammy will take 4, and Plague Knight gets advantage. And then Plague Knight will probably just prep. Yep. Okay. Cammy. While life totals are even, Cammy is way up on resources with 3 gauge and a big hand. Um, pretty, unless Plague Knight gets some big strikes that cleanly win. It's looking good for Cammy here. Wiggles and Giggles only at 2 cards. Might consider exceeding? Yeah, yeah, that seems alright. Actually no, change cards. I see. Thought it was exceed, but wants to get instead fish for better options. CC3, including a long picture in range 1 to draw 4. Makes sense. But Cammy pretty safe here to strike if she wants to. Um, especially with defend up. Pretty much everything works with defend up. She can crit cannonball range 1 and probably be fine too. Oh, she doesn't have to worry about Staff of Surging though. Ooh, a crits. So could be it's like a cannonball or spiral arrow. Um, if it's like a yeah, cannonball or spiral arrow mix up because those are the only one with crits. Razor's Edge Slasher has a crit, but it doesn't matter. So Play Knight has to guess. If Play Knight thinks it is cannonball, he'll play Staff of Surging if he has it. But if he thinks that it's spiral arrow, then uh, I guess Staff of Surging also works against spiral arrow, but it will not stun it because it has 2 armor. So the super safe. Oh, okay, we see a wild swing. It is the cannonball. Okay. Um, the grass will hit, but no matter what, Cammy's still gonna hit because she will advance 3. And on hit, she will pull 3 and gain advantage as well. Playing that wall swing there probably indicates he has no Staff of Surging in hand. Alright, Cannonball will hit back for 5. Ignoring guard doesn't matter, but Cammy will gain advantage. And Plague Knight is now in the corner. At least in the corner, he is safe, nice and safe against Gyro Drive, but not safe against CQC. If Cammy plays CQC, then Plague Knight just has to dive out or just block. Nice Cannonball there with defend up. Obviously, this play was risky because it loses to Staff of Surging, but yeah, Shelby exposes himself to some risk, but gets away with it. I do like the aggression here. Deciding whether or not to prep. Decides to. 7 cards, 3 gauge. Cammy can reliably answer with CQC, assuming Plague Knight doesn't move out of the way. One thing to notice about Plague Knight is that all his before hit after triggers that involve movements, they're all on his normals except for Giant Bomb. Giant Bomb's the only exception. But if he wants to close or advance for before effects, he has to discard normals and dives. Alright, we see cross to range 2, threatening the perfect pitch yet again. Yes. Cammy has 2 Spiral Arrows up, can safely just initiate with Spiral Arrow with crit here, and be totally fine with whatever Plague Knight might throw out. The advance 4 will get caught by sweep though. Plague Knight's 1 sweep down, 2 Giant Bombs down. Pretty safe to just Spiral Arrow here regardless, if she wants to. Cammy does not have the speed to compete against Perfect Pitch, but she can tack on Armor Guard at will. There we go. This is probably just the Spiral Arrow. And unless Plague Knight has a sweep, he's not really going to beat it. At best, he's going to trade poorly of it. Well, Perfect Pitch at least gets the hit effects. It could be a Gutsy Cannonball, but it is unlikely here, I think. Spiral Arrow, an extremely good special. Probably one of the best specials in the whole game because of how reliable and safe it is. Can be used at almost any range. Has enough defense to power through. Power through pretty much almost anything. Very good special. Let's play Knight here. Might be tempted just to play Perfect Pitch just for the hit effect. It is guaranteed to land. It's just not going to trade very well. And then after Cammy plays Spiral, she's going to end up range 3. Cammy's range 3, not that great, but totally fine with another Spiral. Oh! Playing that wall swings again, not liking his options. We'll take 3 damage and miss, but at least armors through a little bit and draws a card. Not the worst wall swing. One reading down though, so Cammy has less to worry about. Cammy sitting comfortably at 3 gauge still with life lead. Playing Knight needs some explosive combat wins here to come back, but Playing Knight's definitely capable of doing that. Just needs one good Serum Supernus to blow her up. Um, yeah, Serum Supernus Spike after draw 4, something like that. Range 3 is awkward for Cammy. Really only has dive kick that's on curve, and everything is kind of like middling, low speed, or just misses. So if Play Knight wants to strike here, this is a decent opportunity to do so. Ideally, he will want Serum Supernus into after draw 4. It's a combo he can shoot for. No, we see WigglesNGiggles likes to play that range 2 game, but not willing to actually, but has been wall swinging like 3 times already. 2 or 3 times. Waiting to land. Okay, Cammy retreats 2 spaces, a little bit of footsies. We did see Plague Knight drop both firewalls down, so there's really only dive to worry about here. Drinking some nice green tea. Plague Knight range 4, no options except dive, so I would expect a move action here. Indeed. Loves that range too. Eventually we'll see the perfect pitch come out, right? However, if Cammy does have another spiral arrow crits, she can just safely initiate and get out of the corner. A gyro drive smash here would be really devastating, but the only way that's going to happen is if she lands a good reading. Well, Cammy still has plenty of cards left in her deck. Like only halfway through her deck. A Plague Knight is 7 cards left in his deck. Hmm. What will Shelby do here? Shelby, if doesn't want to deal with perfect pitch, can always just move to range 1 if he wants to. Don't have to stay at his range. If Plague Knight likes range 2 so much, then... Oh, we see a reading. Oh, goodness. Ah, it's the dive, I see. Okay. For a second, I thought he was just going for a crazy gyro drive, but Shelby is not that crazy. Just gets off the dive, hits for 5. Don't think we've seen Plague Knight play a single spike this whole game, so definitely a high percentage reading there. Wow, cpat found out my password without, uh, no surprises there. My password is not really much of a secret to anyone. Playing Knight just preps here. Cammy strikes. No crit either. Could be a slow. Not caring about perfect pitch. Interesting. I did not expect just a naked strike here at range 2. I guess Plague Knight is one less spike down, so maybe Cammy does not fear a second spike as much. And if Plague Knight gets the right read and plays the spike against the slow, then good job. Plague Knight still has to guess either way. Does Plague Knight have another cross? Maybe. It would be a good opportunity for Plague Knight to cross here if he wants to avoid getting gobbled up by a sweep. All right. Wants Shelby to pull a card. Hit +2 power. Oh, what a read! Well done. Well done from Wiggles there. Um, Correctly susses out that it was a slow and plays the sweep. Well, I mean the spike. Nicely done. Didn't resisted the temptation of the perfect pitch and still has it available. Maybe kind of a risky strike from Shelby there. Now Plague Knight has some opportunity to come back in this game. That was a pretty hefty 7 damage. And it is Plague Knight's turn. Plague Knight has a few options available to him here. He can even choose to reshuffle if he wants options back. He can exceed. I don't know. I think Plague Knight down both Serum Supernuses? Probably. I feel like Plague Knight's down all his Ultras. So probably looking to reshuffle here maybe to get his Ultras back. Both his Ultras have really good boosts. Serum Supernus and Berserker's Brew both serve to basically let him craft his strikes however he wants. Because yeah, he can Berserker's Brew allows him to spend the force that he wants to craft the strike. And Serum Supernus is 4 force, which basically he can spend the cards that he doesn't want for his UA and then keep the cards that he wants for his UA in his hand. In addition to just a billion stats. So both boosts are amazing for Plague Knight in particular. Alright. You see Plague Knight take the reshuffle action, wants to get options back, wants to get his ultras back potentially. Oh, okay. We see Cammy boost high jump, move 3 back. Makes sense. Plague Knight now has forced Plague Knight to move in because Plague Knight has nothing that hits here. Unless he just drew long pitch, which is no. Alright. Showed that he did indeed have the perfect pitch. Advances 3. Alright. Actually, get a much closer game here after that spike turn. Cammy has 4 gauge, so can threaten her nasty ultras, but so far Play9 has been doing a good job uh not letting himself be open to a free Gyro Drive or a free CQC. Because it's very easy for a player to, especially new players, to make mistakes of just letting Cammy fire off a free ultra with basically no repercussion. But WigglesNGiggles not opening himself up to those ultras. Cammy could move to range 1 if she wants to threaten CQC. Oh, place the skip. +2 speed, and then next turn add discard to gauge. So basically, this is basically a Guile's boost where she could take advantage of the +2 speed on her turn, or if she doesn't, it goes to her gauge. With 5 gauge, Cammy could even consider exceeding. Cammy's exceed is a little bit weird. 3 gauge, and then whenever she moves past the opponent, she gets +1 power and gain advantage. So Cammy exceed is rare, but something that's decently worth considering, depending on the options in her hand. It's down both spirals though, so maybe we won't see that happen. Alright, now it's Play9's turn. Play9 has to find a way to deal with the +2 speed boost that Cammy has up. Maybe WigglesNGiggles has a reading here to defuse this +2 speed. Or maybe have some other plan in mind. Maybe move to range 1. Maybe even risk playing perfect pitch here. Assuming Cammy does not play a speed 6 option like Cross. Hmm. Interesting game so far. WigglesNGiggles pondering. If you can effectively counter boost, you can just simply disrespect or move to a better range. Though being 5 life down, maybe not happy to take trades here. Hmm. Play9, maybe? Now Play9 has too many cards in hand to risk going for a UA safely. I think Play9 does not have any Serum Supernuses, so he cannot prune his hand. Oh, never mind. I lied. Either he just got it from reshuffle or he saved it before he decided to reshuffle. Alright. I guess was also considering the reading play as well. And wants to use the UA. Have to draw 4. Yep. Classic. So now with all those stats, +2 power, +2 speed, and +2 armor, Cammy has to guess. Um, could be. Alright, it's just a block. Makes sense. That's a 9 speed perfect pitch. A bit excessive, but gets the job done. All right, Cammy loses the dive and can spend for armor. Takes 1. Makes sense. And then Play Knight will draw 4 cards. Yep. All right. Cammy just prepping. Okay, I think both perfect pitches are down. So now range 2 is no longer a nice range for Plague Knights. Though I guess there's always a nice range if you have crosses up. Maybe depending on what Plague Knight drew from the last strike. Might be happy to stay at range 2. Definitely better than range 1 because CQC is a big threat. And we still haven't seen either Ultra played from Cammy yet. Plague Knight just prepping. Getting back more options. Alright, Cammy spending 1 force from Gauge to move to range 1. Now threatening the obvious CQC. Has enough Gauge to do so. And obviously she also has cannons, both cannon spikes as well. Plague Knight can opt to just move if he doesn't want to deal with Cammy's range 1, which is looking really good right now. Alright, just spends 1 force to move to range 2. But drops a good range 2 option to do so. Parry target? I wonder what the parry was. We do see a reading here. Maybe Plague will go for it, because his hand is known now. Not sure. Okay, perfect pitch. Oh, uh, maybe Shelby didn't notice that Plague Knight dropped both perfect pitches. Perfect pitch, I think he boosted 1 perfect pitch to advance 3. So no more perfect pitches for Plague Knight's parts. Now that we see that there's a focus in Plague Knight's hand, has to worry about reading. Plague Knight has nothing really good range 2. Kind of awkward options here. Well, at least Cammy's parry misses because she forgot that both perfect pitches went down, but at least she got hand info, which is also helpful. WigglesNGiggles probably seeing if he can get away with a reading here. Or maybe looking to just change cards or boost lights. I think Cammy's down both readings. So maybe if Cammy's down both readings, then Plague Knight no longer has to worry about changing cards. Normals. You see a parry come out from Plague Knight as well. Ah, dropping the dive kick. Makes sense. However, losing a block when you're down life is also, I think it's a risky move, in my opinion. Block is just such a safe, reliable card to not to help you from not dying, to prevent you from dying rather. Cammy might actually consider Hooligan combination strike. Nah, still has to worry about dive. If Cammy was had just one more space to retreat, could set up for the perfect Gyro Smasher. Actually, no. Plague Knight has focus, which kills Gyro Drive. Yeah, it would be a lot better for Cammy here if she parried focus instead, because focus is the hard counter to Gyro Drive. But Shelby did make a mistake of not knowing that both perfect pitches went down. I feel like Cammy can do a little shuffle here if she wants to just move to Rage 1 and rinse and repeats to threaten CQC. No, decides to reshuffle instead. A little bit of early reshuffle, but Play Knight only has 9 life left. So 9 life and 1 block down. Seems like an okay time to reshuffle here. Also, maybe Shelby doesn't want to expose himself to a reading by prepping. A reading play would be bad for Cammy here. Basically would allow Plague Knight to get back to the game if he gets the reading off. So reshuffle, I do not mind at all. Four cards in Cammy's hand. As far as I know, it could just be CQC Gyro Drive, or some nonsense. Because we haven't seen either. Like, Cammy has been threatening it and holding on to it, but has never played it yet. We haven't seen the second Spiral Arrow either. Spiral is an amazing card. We haven't seen the second one yet. Did Shelby save another copy? Hmm. Alright, Plague Knight boosting the light he had in hand. So now his hand is 1/4/5 Castle Crashers. Really only threatening the Assault here, unless Plague Knight drew something new like a Spike to mix things up. Oh? 1, 2, 3, 4. To draw 5. Ooh, big CC. I think dropped an Assault, an Ultra, and Razor's Edge. Yeah. Ah, dropped a Gyro Drive, I see. I wonder if Plague Knight might be tempted to go for a reading here. Now that Cammy did a fresh CC. However, it doesn't have to, it just has +2 speed. Could play something like an Assault here and graft on a card, maybe. Grafting on a dive to anything is just really good. Well, almost everything, anything, because just randomly allows Play Knight just to avoid attacks as long as he advances 3. Unexpectedly long game. I thought it would be over quickly, but turns out it's pretty close and good amount of footsies by both sides. Play Knight could go for something like a reading grasp and then play some option from hand to mask his reading. So that even I like readings like that where you don't make your intentions too obvious. So even if your reading misses, you at least get hand info. Like for example, if you read something like block, then it becomes like fairly obvious you're gonna do something like a spike or assault just to get advantage. Stuff like that. Or if you read something like cross, then it basically makes it obvious that you're playing a fast option yourself. But if you read something that just misses, like grasp or spike at range 1, then your opponent has no idea what you could be playing. Well, maybe some idea, but less of an idea what you could be playing. Ah, drew the second Serum Supernus. Not bad. EX. But before close 2, gain advantage. Ah, this is probably EX dive. Oh, well done. A CQC just to dodge. Yes, it is a very easy thing to forget. And Cammy can use her CQC just as a dodge if she wants to. And now, oh, this is very bad for Plague Knight. Plague Knight only has 12 cards left to play with. Has to survive from top deck. Oh, Plague Knight forgot about that option just to CQC. And negate all his stats. Brutal turn for Plague Knight. Does not even gain advantage. And now Cammy can do whatever she wants to this poor guy. Alright, just plays cross to get some distance. Plague Knight got a gauge, but it's gonna be hard pressed to do 13 damage with only 11 cards left. Actually, the fact that he's down a block is very bad because now Cammy can basically do things like a Razor's Edge is just perfectly safe here. No more dives left. Cammy preps. Wiggles preps. Wiggles is on a timer though. With 7 cards, has to do something. Cammy can play a bit of chicken if she wants to. She doesn't even have to go in. She can simply retreat. Wait, prepping? And then discard one? Wow. Makes sense. Drops the spike. Just playing the waiting game here. I think play nice down both focuses. So Shelby does not care about having a big hand. Perhaps Play Knight might be lucky and graft. Does Play Knight have an assault left? Yeah, Play Knight not liking his options, just prepping. But this is a losing game for Play Knights. Life down and less cards left to play with. Cammy boosting +2 speed. Interesting. I guess threatening. Well, Razor's Edge is not good with speed. So obviously playing stuff like threatening Spiral Arrow, Cannonball. Alright, no ultras. Ultras cannot be played here because only one gauge. I think Plague Knight does have a second Serum Supernus somewhere, but has to kill Cammy very quickly. Lose to range 3? What does he have at range 3? Crit Strike, Cannonball, or Spiral Arrow? If Plague Knight thinks it's Cannonball, he can respond with EX Chain Reaction if he has it. Oh, it's a wall swing. That's not good. Okay. That will bust open the guard of Giant Bomb and gain Cammy advantage. Play Knight stuck in the corner here. Does Play Knight have any Staff of Surgings left? Nevertheless, Play Knight with only 3 life. Can Spike does not kill. It's very close to. EX Can Spike would kill if Play Knight doesn't have any armor. Hmm. Ah, Hooligan combination. Crit Strike, Retreat 3. This is probably Razor's Edge or Spiral Arrow. I think either one will do the job. Unless Play Knight has EX long pitch to beat Spiral Arrow. I think Cammy just wins here. Oh, it's just wall swinging. No, that will not do. And Cammy takes the game. Not sure what Play Knight was digging for. Maybe second block was in there that he wanted to dig for. But yep, Cammy takes game one with a pretty good, with quite some life to spare as well. Play Knight has some instances of coming back, but the CQC turn was just too big of a loss for Plague Knights. Too big of a loss. All right, Shelby's Cammy retires. Shelby now has Rachel. Who's the other two? Polar Knights and Byakuya. It's 1-0. All right. We have seen Shelby play both Polar Knights and Rachel, but we have not seen the Byakuya. Is Byakuya just a cheerleader for Shelby's team? We will see. WigglesNGiggles has Plague Knight, Tau Kaka, Yuzuriha, and Sagat available to him. Have we seen WigglesNGiggles play Yuzu? I'm not sure. Maybe. Oh, we see the Byakuya. Oh, and then we got to see the Tau. Oh, exciting matchup here. Okay, this is the first time I think Shelby has played Byakuya in tournaments. So we get to see tournament Byakuya play, finally. Nice. Good shit, good shit. That's what I like to see. We have seen WigglesNGiggles Tao Kaka before. I think did pretty well on the character as well. Tao Kaka, a wild swinger that has lots of movements, can advance 2 and then spend a 1 force to retreat 2 every time she initiates a wild swing. And Byakuya is a character that has a lot of tricky defensive EXs, has a decent projectile game, um, and has web traps that he could set up using the his web traps basically give him the web traps on their own prevent the opponent from. Oh man, it's kind of complex to explain it. Web traps, whenever during combat, if the opponent moves onto the web traps, then the Byakuya player can choose pull one, push one, or gain advantage. But actually, this isn't just for the opponents. It's any player who moves onto the web trap during combat. So it's a really weird, interesting effect. Byakuya can use web traps to basically zone, can prevent the opponent from crossing out or coming in. And then if Byakuya can effectively zone, he can play his projectiles like Shredded, Planet, Caught You. And then Byakuya, obviously the web traps restrict people's movements during combats, but Byakuya has his UA where he can discard a web trap on the opponent's base to gain Weird Warrior when he strikes. So +2 power, +2 speed, now strike, very strong. So if you see Byakuya place a web trap on you, please move off. Like, you gotta move off on your turn, or else uh, he will play Weird Warrior on you and you'll die, most likely. And then Byakuya's EX side gives him lets him spend 2 gauge to draw 2 cards, and then if he initiates an EX, he gets +1 power. So it's kind of like a Bang, reminiscent of Bang's Overdrive, but without the recursion. Byakuya does have access to a lot of EXs because he has 4 copies of Minced, Shredded, and How Shall I Cook You, though. 4 copies of each. Byakuya also has, notably, 4 copies of Soul's Oath, which is a really nasty boost That allows him to manipulate his movements, and he can spend life to sustain it if he doesn't want to use the effect. Tasha Cook you it as an attack is like a mid speed that basically, if he has a lot of copies of one card, he can reveal it to the opponent and it does a billion damage. I have done a EX I have done an EX how shall I cook you and then revealed 3 copies. I think it was 7, so it's basically 8 damage how shall I cook you with Byakuya's UA, his Exceed side. So yeah, when things line up for Byakuya, he can be very explosive. But otherwise, he is somewhat low damage, pokey character. Tricky movement effects. Predator and Menace allows him to manipulate his movement a little bit, draw a little bit, and then strike if he wants. Lots of tricks up this character's sleeve here. One thing notably is that he's kind of piss poor on defense. Unless he can catch out you playing a fast with either caught you, or he can also play mince to just confirm a hit and advance 3. Can dodge some slows, like focuses. But yeah, generally Byakuya on defense pretty poor. Unreliable wall swings, all things considered. Yeah, we will see how Byakuya does in this matchup. Notably, Byakuya could use web traps to zone Tao and prevent her from before advancing 2 properly when he has a web trap up. However, generally, he can use web traps for tricky effects. Mostly, the most straightforward way for him is just to discard for +2 power, +2 speed. Alright, Tao initiating a wall swing turn 1. I assume Tao mulled 4 cards to hopefully give her better wall swings. Oh, we see wall swing of Byakuya's part. Wall swing focus, not bad. Tao loses a Hexa Edge. Casper 1, not a good wall swing. This is weird. Um, Unfortunately, if Tao wants to hit with dive, she cannot dodge focus because she will have to advance 3 and then advance 2 from her UA. Okay, decides not to take the trade. Okay, so she advanced 2 and then advanced 3. But Byakuya draws a card. And initiating a strike here. The most obvious thing here is how shall I cook you for his specials. Could just be a cross or a range 2 mix up like a spike. Ooh, there's the spike. Spicy. Alright, Tao immediately wall swinging with no hesitation. Yeah, Tao dropping the Hexa Edge very early on is unlucky, because that's a really good ultra for her. Ooh, how shall Cook You catches the wall swing dive. Um, will do 3 damage for now, but can reveal more copies for +1 power and pull 1 each. Will reveal just 1 become a part of me to move Tao to range 1 and 1 additional damage. 2 not good wall swings here from Wiggles. letting Jesus take the wheel, and Jesus is failing. Byakuya defending slightly below curve, but it manages to work out. Okay, just a prep from Byakuya makes sense. I do like this defend boost here since she's not range 1. Will also help her wall swings be more reliable. Oh, oh my. Spends 3 force to draw 7. Or draw 8 rather. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my. Wants to prune through his deck for good options here at range 1, probably. Or just some EXs, perhaps. If Byakuya can get some good EXs, he can even exceed. I'll just add, do you draw 8 from that boost? I'll just ask. Yep. Getting rid of maybe some normals that he doesn't care about at range 1. Yeah, Chelly. I like the use of the boost here, Chelly Serrata. Just to get good options because Plants over here, while it's an amazing special, um, it's difficult for it to actually work against Tau Kaka because she has an above curve fireball. And if she initiates, yeah, it's not gonna land. Okay, drops across, interestingly enough. Tau wall swinging. Tau could use her wall swing to before advance 2 and then spend a force to retreat 2 so she can disengage to range 4 here if she wants. Dropping across, and I don't know what the other card he discarded was. It's interesting. Oh, the Endless Nightmare? Oh, that's a bit of a risky investment. Does not pay out. Should retreat 2 and then close 2. Pokes Byakuya for 3 and draws 1 and gains advantage. Big combat win for Tau Kaka here. The Endless Nightmare was pretty risky. Um, but hey, it does work against a few wall swings. Does work against Trick Edge and Slishy Slashy and just like generic slows. So it was a bet Shelby was willing to make, just did not pay out. Thankfully, the Kitty Litter special at range 1 coming in clutch. Tau spending a force to move to range 3. Threatening maybe. Does she have like an EX assault or some nonsense here? Why does she want range 3 so badly? There's not enough gauge for ultras. Probably just wants range 3 so that her wall swings are even better. Wow, the Endless Nightmare though. Tried to go for massive payout. If the Endless Nightmare landed, Byakuya was stunned Tau Kaka out, placed the web trap on her space, and then use his UA to basically just destroy her. However, Byakuya range 3, not too bad. Can't play EX shredded here, will be on curve. Oh, we see the respect here. Respect the range 2. Forcing tile strikes. Wall swing. Will be a clear respawn with something on curve. Maybe a house shell cook you. No. Does have a house shell cook you, but gets outsped by the kitty litter special yet again. Okay, the wall swings. You know, Taokaka has to pay force here. The wall swings are working out now, and she gains advantage and denies Bakuya card draw. Meow, I'm serious. The hit effect is interesting. Advance 3 or retreat 3. What could Tao be playing here? Oh wow. Tried to go for a little cheeky trick edge and with an advance 3 on hits. Tried to bait out a sweep perhaps, because sweep would catch an advance 3 or retreat 3. But Byakuya, nope, just decides to defend on curve and it works out. Wow. That was an investment from Tao that did not work out. Both players here are making some big bets, I will say. Tao, of course, wall swinging, not giving a care in the world. As long as she got a force, she can autocorrect if she needs to. No big deal. Hmm. Ah, Byakuya wall swinging as well. Oh, what a big the wall swing trick edge works out. Byakuya only takes 2 damage, so not so bad. But will get stunned out, so an okay wall swing for her. 3 gauge is important. Hexa Edge becomes online. Whoa. Alright, respect Audi corner. Tao wall swings predictably. It's been working out so far. Now Shelby has to respond. Maybe has an EX shredded. EX shredded would be an on-curve defense. Um, we see the hovering over the EX, perhaps. Wall swing again. Ah, sweep against sweep. Yep, Shelby will take 6, and Wiggles will take 6 as well. Wiggles has no way to dodge Byakuya's sweep, so good wall swing for him. Okay, so decides to advance to retreat 2. So we'll pull a card. It is the shredded. We do see a shredded. One shredded, it goes down. But a good trade for Byakuya considering um, he has life up. And now Taokaka has no cards in hand and is forced to wall swing without taking advantage of a UA if Byakuya strikes here. We do see a strike. Assault, perhaps? Oh no. Cross planted over here a little bit below curve, but it works out because catch the cross, hit push or pull one, gain advantage, and now has +2 power, +2 speed should he use his UA. Discards it for Way of the Warrior. Uh, okay, yep. Oh, well, that's a well seen that works out for Tao somewhat. At least we'll trade with the shredded. I see, caught you. Tao only had 3 HP. Does she want to wall swing? Would be very risky. The temptation to keep at least 3 gauge for Hexa Edge is probably strong here. Oh my god, she's doing it. Oh! Caught you will catch the Hexa Edge, so she has to find another answer. Oh my goodness. And that is game. Wow. The caught you to finish. Wow. Speed 4 lower. Yeah, if she wall swung, I guess Tao had enough assaults, double paw strikes for this option to be very good here. Wow, yeah, Tao down slow. I think a focus, 2 sweeps. Slashy would have been good. But caught you does the job. Prevents her from validating Hexa Edge, which is perhaps the most important thing. She can invalidate Cat Spirit 1, block, does not hit. Wow. Well played on Shelby's part to defend against Hexa Edge. And Byakuya takes game 2. Good games. Good games. Really entertaining games. I enjoyed seeing that, and I enjoyed seeing Byakuya's debut in tournaments. Definitely a nasty little bugger. And yeah, maybe Tao going a bit too reckless. Not working out for her. But hey, Hexa Edge would have been perfect if he did not play Karyu. But yeah, Tao, you win some, you lose some. Yeah. Some decent wall swings, some poor wall swings. That's life. That's life. And yeah, that was an interesting set. Thanks everyone for watching.